Good afternoon and welcome to the daily briefing here in St. Clair County, joined by Chairman Kern and Sam Bierman. Sam, numbers and good?
Good, yes.
Yeah, I'm always glad to hear that.
Yeah, we've had a couple good days, a few ups and downs, but I think today we're starting to get back on the right path again.
Good.
So for today, we have 6,330 tests that have been performed with 1,117 positive test results, which is an increase of 20 from yesterday, and that includes both males and females from their 30s up to their 90s. We are at 5,140 negative test results, with 73 results still pending. And while we did have some good news with our numbers earlier today, we do have one sad spot, is that we are announcing an additional death, which brings our total to 83 for St. Clair County. And that was a man in his 60s who did have underlying health conditions. And as always, our condolences go out to that family. For those who have completed their 14-day required IDPH quarantine, we are at 705. And for state totals, we have 786,794 that have been tested, with 113,195 positive test results, which is an increase of 1,178 from yesterday. And we are at 4,923 deaths for the state, which is an increase of 39 from yesterday. For hospitalization numbers, and these are for hospitals that are in St. Clair County, we have 59 patients that are currently hospitalized due to COVID-related reasons, and 4 of those patients are on ventilators. For congregate living facilities that are in outbreak status within St. Clair County, and that is 2 or more staff or residents that are either COVID positive or who have COVID-like symptoms, Brea of Belleville has 24 cases and 3 deaths. Brea of Cahokia has 8 cases and no deaths. Caritas Family Solutions in Belleville has 11 cases and no deaths. Cedarhurst of Shiloh has 11 cases and no deaths. Colonnade Senior Living in O'Fallon has 4 cases and no deaths. Four Fountains in Belleville has 104 cases and 20 deaths. Help at Home in Belleville has 2 cases and no deaths. Help at Home in O'Fallon has 5 cases and no deaths. Knollwood Retirement Center in Caseyville has 8 cases and 1 death. Lebanon Care Center in Lebanon has 52 cases and 10 deaths. Memorial Care Center in Belleville has 43 cases and 5 deaths. New Athens Home for the Aged, it has 36 cases and 1 death. St. Paul's Home in Belleville has 37 cases and 9 deaths. Swansea Rehab and Care Center has 8 cases and no deaths. And finally, TDL Incorporated in Belleville has 4 cases and no deaths. And then I will turn it over to Chairman Kern for his update.
Thank you, Sam. So we appreciate everyone watching as they do. They're loyal, and we appreciate all the comments and the questions, and we try to get back and answer those. Herb Simmons told me that a distant cousin of mine, Sandra Parks, sent a message. Hi, you cuz. Thanks for watching and listening to this. It's important that we get this message out, get the word out about COVID-19, so that we get this out of our community, we keep the spread down. So we'll move into the zip code reports today. We've got one new zip code today, so pay attention. And remember, if you don't hear your zip code, it doesn't mean that you don't have a COVID positive person in your zip code. It just means you haven't risen to the level above 5 yet. So in 62059, we remain at 7. 62201, we remain at 15. 62203, we remain at 37, and 62204, we remain at 43. We increase 1 to 44 in 62205. In 62206, we remain the same at 93. 62207, we're up to 67 now, an increase of 2. 62208, we increase 4 today to 65. In 62220, we're now up to 127. That's an increase of 4. 62221, we increase by 3 to 98. 62223, we're up 1 to 47. 62226, we're up 3 to 127. 62232, we remain the same at 18. 62239, we're now up to 13. That's an increase of 1. 62243, we remain at 8. 62254, we remain the same at 27. 62257, we increase to 8. That's an increase of 1. So 62257 now has 8. That's an increase of 1. 62258 now has 16. That's an increase of 1. Our new zip code today is 62260, and we now have 6 in that zip code. 62264, we're now at 30. That's an increase of 7. 62269, we're up 1 to 68. And 62285 is up 2 to 10. So we appreciate everybody. My mom will not be happy. She monitors her zip code, and we saw an increase today, so I'm sure I'll hear about that, Herb.
I'm sure you will. It's been a busy day, as you know, Chairman. A lot of conference calls. Started off with a conference call with you and the state representatives with their support. In fact, I found it kind of ironic that while you were talking with them, we had more IDOT trucks on the side of the street out here than we've seen in a long time. But we received about 10 or 11 more pallets of PPEs that we'll be distributing to our first responders. And then, of course, we had a conference call with the mayors, which always goes good. And, it's really a good feeling when those people come on, and it's a teamwork. Like we said, Team St. Clair. Several of the mayors got on there and just was really appreciative. We're appreciative to what they are doing in their communities and everybody working together through this pandemic. And we really just want to say thank you to all of you mayors. And then we had a conference call with all the chiefs, the fire chiefs, police chiefs, and keeping them all informed.
And at the beginning, the PPEs went to the hospitals.
Yes.
They were the ones that needed them. Then the long-term care facilities. Now we're hearing from dentists, from the dentist's office that are opening up, that are having a hard time finding the appropriate gear, and they contact this office, and we're supplying dentists.
Had a local dentist this morning call Dentist St. Eve down on West Main, had trouble finding some, and now we're able to do that. So the state has allowed us to start handling those. So
we appreciate our state representatives, state senators. They're the ones that are pushing to make sure those IDOT trucks pull up front.
Well, that's what I said. And of course, here at the EOC, when they pull up, they can hear the trucks running. It was kind of hard to hear them on the call, but we want the PPEs, believe me. So we apologize to our state reps and the senators for that noise that you heard on the conference call this morning. So we'll be sending out, we've already sent the survey out to our first responders this afternoon, asking them for their next order and their needs, and then they'll come in when our logistic people get everything itemized and ready to go. But yes, Sam reported the numbers. Yes, another death. We hate to be the burden of those type of news, but everybody just continue to do what you're doing. Practice that social distancing. We hope everybody had a good and safe Memorial Day yesterday and this past weekend. We hope our numbers continue to do what they're doing, and we're going to get through this this coming Friday. We move into phase 3, and I know there's plans being made through other communities on getting geared up for that. So we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. We'll be back in a few moments with Cindy, I think, today to translate this into our Spanish communities. Everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3:30 for the next briefing.